Hi, everybody. Happy Imbolc. Imbolc blessings to you. So we are here. We are here at middle winter. Imbolc is February 2nd this year, 2-2, which is a master number. 11 is a master number, 22, 33, 44, and so on. 22 is a powerful number of double manifestation. 11 is a number that reminds us that we are through a cycle and that miracles are possible. And so 22, 2-2, is an even more powerful iteration of that master number. Imbolc is very special to me because I'm a summer baby, and winter is not my favorite holiday. I honor the medicine of winter, which is, of course, about rest, restoration, rejuvenation, coming back and honoring what your body needs. And the wintertime is when our body heals from the major stresses and traumas that have happened to it over the course of the year. You may not even be fully aware of what some of those traumas are. And so one of the things we're going to do today in this brief Imbolc ritual is release some of that and activate some of the healing power that rests within your own body. So this is going to be, I created this ritual for us today. It's going to be new, even if you've done Imbolc ritual before. Even if you've done Imbolc ritual before with me, this one's going to be a little bit different. So I'm excited. I have a couple of crystals and tools as well that I've purchased here at Tucson at the gem shop. I'm actually in Tucson still, so I'm coming to you from our hotel to celebrate this high holiday with you. So I'm excited to share some new tools with you, some new techniques. If you're in the new classes, I want to welcome you because we're just getting our work started. If you haven't registered yet, you can register now for March. February registration is closed, but you can still go to sagegoddess.com and /register and join us for the March set of classes. But we're getting started now in February. And February is all about honoring the fact that the sun is returning. And if you're a sun baby like me, if you're a summer baby or even a fall baby or a spring baby and you're waiting for your birthday, this is a reminder that your birthday is around the corner. So Imbolc, the Old English and the Gaelic, Imbolc means in the belly. So at this time, most of the wild creatures of the world are pregnant. If you think about it, it follows the natural wheel of the year, right? So the goddess gives birth at the vernal equinox, which is March 21st. And so for her to do that, she would naturally be gestating now. So, and here's the thing, even if you're not, I'm just kind of working some of this beautiful sage smoke around my tools. I smudge a lot here in Tucson just because there's so many crystals and so much energy and everything that I got to keep the energy moving. But you should smudge as well. Anytime you do ritual, you just want to purify the space first. And it's really interesting. I've had some fantastic conversations with metaphysical folks here in Tucson. It might surprise you to think that there's a lot of us here, but because it's a gem and mineral show. But there actually is a relatively large and robust metaphysical community here. And we were talking about the fact that so many people, so many people when they do ritual, they're excited to do ritual, so they go right to the work, like whatever the ritual work that they're doing is. But they don't always stop and go through the protocol, of smudging and clearing and calling in the directions and setting an intention for what they want to experience in a ritual. So I turn this to you as I burn the beautiful Palo Santo that I've also found here in Tucson. I turn this to you. What is your intention for this ritual? You know that Imbolc is about honoring the fact that we are halfway to spring. It's about honoring the fact that life is stirring within. We're all pregnant with something right now. And if it isn't a child that you're gestating, then it's an idea or it's a project or something new. Winter is not the season of work. Winter is the season of rest. And so ideally what you're doing if you're living in rhythm with nature's cycles is right now you're going within and you're honoring what's growing inside of you. You know what I mean? And it could be something for work or a new project. For me, it's books this year and new classes. Like, what is it that you're gestating? And then we're going to send a lot of energy down into the solar plexus chakra because that's where all of that energy is stored. All of the energy of burgeoning creation, gestation, pregnancy, not the actual manifestation so much right now, although the solar plexus is also the chakra of manifestation. But all of the energy around the ideation and the gestation is right in that solar plexus and around the sacral as well. So we're going to send a lot of loving light into those creative centers of our bodies today to support us because these are the final weeks. It will soon be your time to go and do and go and do. But I really want to invite you not to rush and do just yet, to still be in that place of thinking. And here's the real challenge. Are you ready? This is easy to do for ourselves. It's harder to do for each other. It's easy for you to say, yes, I should rest and I should ideate and I should take the time. But then we turn to someone else and go, hey, could you hurry up? Hey, could you do that really fast? Hey, could you make that faster? And it's like you have to also honor the gestation season for other people too. Maybe they're not ready to go and do and create and all the things. And so this isn't just medicine for you. That's the easy part. What I want to encourage you to do today is really think about how you can also offer this intention and this energy to the people in your life who need it. Because if you're pushing and pushing and pushing on other people, you're also pushing them out of that place of gestation that is so important for their own process. So don't rush other people out of the season either. Okay, so I want to just call you into present time. Just call your energy into present time. Let go of any thoughts. Let go of any thoughts that aren't yours. Let go of any hesitations, fears, concerns. Just let the sound of the crystal bell just clear the energy. It's really nice just to create just a beautiful infinity, just a loop between you and me of this gorgeous energy to connect us that way. Aho. So the space is clear. Another new tool that I found here in Tucson, so I'm going to use it this morning with you, is a little bit of an energetic clearing wand. So I want you to close your eyes, and I'm going to do this for you on your behalf. So what I'm doing right now is just imagining you watching. And I'm going to move any stuck or resistant energy off of your energy field this morning. And guides, I ask you to call in and come closer as the person who is seated in front of me is doing this work with me this morning for Imbolc. Help them to release any stuck layers of energy, resistant energies that they need to let go of. As we move from winter to spring, we set the intention, guides, as we ask you to come closer this morning. We ask for your blessings upon us at this midwinter point. We ask that you give us the strength and the wisdom and the courage and the bravery, as well as the protection, the safety, the comfort, and the joy that it will take for us to move through the remaining weeks of winter with grace and with beauty. So just clearing anything off of you that is stuck or stored that no longer needs to be with you. And just set the intention as you watch the wand, just release. Release, 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 release. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. Let me take from you what isn't yours anymore to hold. Whew. So it is. Okay, so the tools that I'm working with my Imbolc candle, of course. Hope you love the art on that. I'm so in love with it. I think we're actually going to print it on bags and on all kinds of things because our graphic designer, Lillian, is so incredibly talented. And she created this beautiful image of Bridget, really, of the goddess emerging from the cold, frozen ground to connect with her own life force and to extend that one arm out to say, we may be freezing wherever we are, but light emerges. And it's a beautiful reminder at Imbolc, no matter how dark and snowy and cold it is where you are. It's actually been very cold here in Tucson until the last couple of days. No matter how cold and snowy it is where you are, no matter how frozen you are right now, and your heart might be frozen, there's life within you. And it is to be appreciated and tended and supported. So that's what we're doing today. Got my Imbolc perfume, which I love so much. Just a nice, fresh, refreshing blend. I'm going to anoint a little bit with it now. If you haven't seen me anoint before, this is what I do with Sage Goddess perfumes and any sacred perfume, because these are all made with intention. This isn't just something that smells pretty. It has essential oils and blends in it that are designed to hold the essence and the energy of the work that we're doing together. So I always put just a little bit on my wrist. I take a tiny, tiny, tiny touch, put it at my third eye for what I know, at my wrist for what I do with my hands, and then at my ankles for where I go to bless my footsteps. May you walk in beauty. And so it is. And then the stones we're working with this morning, we've got a combination, but these are all the stones of Imbolc. So let me show you. So we're working with aventurine. Obviously, this is growth, fertility. It's creating all the new things in your life that need to come through you. We have beautiful citrine, of course. We have calcite that we need to work with. We have carnelian, and then we have beautiful evergreen jasper is a piece that I'm holding right here, which is very, very healing. Gorgeous. You might be working with bloodstone instead, which is a fantastic stone for Imbolc as well. And then I have a big natural piece of citrine that I'm working with too this morning that came from the show here. That's a giveaway. So if you're in my groups, you're probably going to see this. So I'm going to charge this beautiful piece of citrine. It's actually a twin. See the double termination right there? It's a twin natural citrine from Brazil. So I'm just going to charge this for abundance, because that's another intention that you can set at Imbolc. You can ask Bridget to bless not only your home and your crops that are about to begin growing, but you can ask her to bless you and your family with abundance and prosperity. So we'll be setting that intention as well this morning with that piece. Okay. So close your eyes, roll your shoulders back, get into a nice receptive position. Palms up, hands on your knees. Great Spirit, we're so thankful for the ability to connect this way despite time and distance and space. So thankful for the many crystals that surround us here in Tucson. I'm personally grateful. I'm writing a really fun blog that I think you're going to enjoy called The Spiritual Side of the Tucson Gem Show, because there's so much metaphysical magic that happens here, and I think it gets sort of lost in the conversation because there's so many beautiful things. So I want to introduce you to the spirit side of Tucson. So I'm very grateful to be in this holy space, the sacred space. Bridget, sweet Bridget, from the Celtic Pantheon, we call upon you this morning to bring the blessing of your fire. We will light our candle in just a moment to honor you, sweet Bridget, and the medicine that you bring of creation and growth and possibility. We know that when we lose our faith, Bridget, it's always you there who is stoking the fire and kindling the fire and reminding us to keep going. We know that, for many of us, Bridget is a cheerleader. Bridget keeps us going when it's cold and dark and we've lost our way. Bridget lights the way. She's the goddess of the hearth fire, and so she reminds you that spring and light and life and warmth and possibility is always just 2 steps ahead of you if you can just keep going. So Bridget, we're so thankful for your inspiration and your presence this morning. And before we light our candle, I just want you to connect with the energy of the season right now. What does it mean to move from winter to spring? Spring is pure possibility. It's pure emergence. Spring is everything around you coming to life and blossoming and blooming. And your own soul is doing the exact same thing. So I want you to just, bring your entire attention right now and imagine that your entire body is a tree that has lost all of its leaves. Its big natural sort of bare limbs outstretched. Imagine that everything in your energy field is just this beautiful wintertime tree, bare branches, roots that have pushed themselves deep into the earth. And as you imagine that, I want you to look at each of one of your branches. Spread your branches out far and wide above you, behind you, to the sides of you, below you. I want you to imagine that on each one of those branches, all of a sudden, little tiny buds of little tiny leaves begin to pop and emerge. Just watch as your branches stretch out and little tiny green buds of growth and possibility just start to emerge on those branches. And then see them come on every branch, from the tiniest little buds close to you to far 4, 5, 6, 10 feet out from you. Just huge, tiny, like I said, buds of possibility, little tiny places where your leaves will grow in just a few weeks. And I want you to take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, I want you to send just love and health to each one of those little tiny buds of those leaves that are going to grow for you. Just breathe the breath of life out to all of them. Honoring your own growth, honoring your own possibility, honoring your own new beginnings. Take a moment now to send energy and love down the roots of your beautiful tree. We're up here at the branches, but let's imagine these roots as they go down and just send all of that love and beauty and possibility down to those roots. Send nourishment and vitamins and inspiration and peace and warmth down all the way down into the center of the earth. May your roots be strong. I wish that for you today. May you have strong roots this year to hold you so that when the winds come, they start blowing your branches around, that the roots of your tree will be so strong that nothing can shake them. That's my wish for you. I'm going to light my candle here. Bridget, as we come before you this morning, we ask for your blessing upon this ceremony. In your honor, we're so thankful for your presence. To the guides and guardians at the direction of East, we thank you for the new beginning that Imbolc represents. We are so grateful to be approaching spring and growth and possibility. Guardians of the East, you are welcome here. To the South, the guardians and the gatekeepers of the South, thank you for the courage it will take for us to pursue our growth this year. Stay with us as we participate in this sacred ceremony honoring Bridget and her fire within. You are welcome here. Great guardians of the West, Grandmother Medicine, Crow, with your sacred messages, We ask for connection to our deeper emotions. Help us feel into what needs to happen this spring for our own growth cycles. Guardians of the West, you are welcome here, and to the great guardians of the Northern Gateway. We thank you for the wisdom that you bring, the ancestral support that we will need in the year ahead, so that we don't repeat karmic patterns. We release karmic baggage. We move steadily into the light in a good way that will support our growth. Guardians of the North, you are welcome here. And then I just want to formally use my wand for the first time actually to open our circle, as we have all the directions held. And so it is. So it is. So we are together. We are ready. I'm going to scoot down just a little bit to be a little more comfortable with you. There we go. So Bridget, we come before you this morning in sacred ceremony. And our ritual this morning together is going to be an extension of that growth ritual. But first, we're going to honor Bridget's fire. So I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine that we are in the most beautiful clearing in the middle of the forest together. Whatever forest is familiar to you. You know, I love the forests of Northern California, the redwood forests, as you know. So I always go to the redwoods when we do a meditation like this. But it could be a forest anywhere in the world that's sacred to you, that has meaning to you from your childhood. So I want you to take yourself there to that beautiful forest, to that clearing. And I want you to imagine that in the middle of that clearing, there are huge tree limbs that have been gathered to build a sacred fire this morning in honor of Bridget on this sacred day. Just a huge, huge pile of these incredible limbs, different woods, different sizes, different textures, all brought together, all made sacrifice this morning to gift Bridget with the energy of her own element, which is fire. And I want you to imagine being passed a beautiful torch. And it is you this morning who will light Bridget's fire here together with us. But I want you to think about, as you light the fire, as you take the torch and you light Bridget's sacred fire this morning, what are you lighting her fire for? What is your intention? What would you like to use? Remember, fire energy is for courage and power and passion. Fire energy is creation. If you think about alchemy, fire is the element that transforms, that takes those base metals ultimately and transforms them to gold. So in alchemy, fire is very, very important. How will you use fire? What do you need to clear and burn through this year in order to create what wants to come through you? How will you use the essence and the energy of this sacred holiday to create something new in your life? What are you releasing? What are you creating? Pull up a really clear image of all of that in your mind. And I want you to think of one sentence, one intention. You don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to share it if you don't want to. You're welcome to share it or speak it out loud. But I want you to think of one sentence or one intention of what you want to use the element of fire that we're creating this morning for in your life. Are you burning away fear? Are you burning away sadness? Are you burning away low self-esteem? Are you burning away anxiety and agitation? Are you burning away an experience that happened last year that it's time to release, maybe? For a lot of us, 2016 was a challenging year, and I think there's a lot that we still have to let go. We're still sort of processing and integrating and figuring out. Because when trauma happens to you, it's not all to be let go. You're having a challenge to experience a lesson. So you don't want to be too quick to let it go, but at the same time, you don't want to hang on. It's like this delicate balance of like, how much is too much hanging on? When is it time to let go? When do you need to release? And so one of the things you can do, and let's do that actually right now, we have the guides circled around us. Guides, this morning, show us what we need to learn from the challenges of the past year in order to help us understand what needs to be let go. So thankful for the wisdom, because sometimes we don't know. And so it's important. And when you don't know, always ask the guides. You have guides, you have your higher self, you have a legion, really, of angelic beings who are here to serve you and help you understand. But you have to ask them for help. They wait upon your request, really, in my experience. So guides show us what needs to be released in order to welcome this season of growth. And Bridget, as you come close to us in this sacred ceremony, we're so thankful for your presence. Help us, teach us, show us the way. So I want you to choose 2 of your stones that you're working with this morning to take into the sacred grove, to take into the forest. for Blessing by Bridget. I'm going to take, I'm feeling really called to my citrine, and I'm feeling really called to my aventurine, and then I'm going to work with this natural point. So I'm going to take 3 stones into the grove. It's up to you, however many you want to work with for her. I've got my big quartz right here, and my 2 tumbles. So I'm going to put 1 in each hand. And then once you have done all of that, I want you to return to that nice receptive position. Keep these on your knees with your, tightly in your palms, but your palms facing up. And so take that beautiful torch in your mind's eye and turn to that beautiful pile of limbs and set it ablaze this morning. Make contact. Bridget, we light the fire this morning in your honor. On this Imbolc day, this midpoint between the winter solstice and the spring equinox, we are so thankful for the warm days that come to us now. So thankful for the longer days and the shorter nights that remind us that the wheel is turning. The wheel is turning. And you are always here with us. Bridget, if we have mourned a great loss, we ask that you heal our hearts this morning. I'm just putting my hand out to touch your heart this morning. I know there's many people who have just suffered so much grief and so much loss, so just sending love to your heart space this morning. And Bridget, asking that you touch the hearts of those who have been hurt in this past year, who are still grieving. May they be healed and well. Bridget, this morning, we know that you are one of the goddesses of manifestation, that you are able to bless not only our homes and our lives and our crops that will grow in the year ahead, but you're able to bless those new projects, those new ideas that we're gestating in the belly on this beautiful day. So Bridget, we ask that you bless what it is that we are growing. And sisters and brothers who are watching, I want you to really think about what it is that Bridget can bless for you right now. Is it a new project? Is it a child? Are you expanding your family? Is it, something that's happening at work? Is it a new friendship? Is it a new relationship that you're growing, or at least that you're setting the intention for? Is it a new course that you're taking, or is it a new training that you're pursuing? What is it that you're growing right now? What can Bridget come in and just bless for you? And I've chosen aventurine and citrine because aventurine grows everything around you, and citrine attracts prosperity to what you're trying to grow. So this is I'm creating this sort of like cycle of energy between these stones in my hands, the candle, and just the vortex of energy of this holiday. So Bridget, whatever it is that's on the sweet man or sweet woman's mind who's listening to me now, please bless all the things that they are creating this year. Send strong roots into the ground, Bridget, for what they have planted. Let the limbs of their dreams just grow and stretch and bloom in ways that will delight them and remind them that magic is real. And so we've built this beautiful fire in honor of Bridget, and I want to invite you, if there's anything left in your life from the past year since last Imbolc that needs to be finally released so that you can move into the growth season with grace, I want you to imagine taking the energy of whatever that is, that experience, that conversation, that whatever it is that needs to be let go, and I want you to imagine sending the energy of that thing or that experience into the fire this morning. Just release it to that beautiful element. Fire burns clean, so it is one of the most beautiful elements into which we can release whatever isn't serving us. And Bridget, we ask that you take those things from us that we no longer wish to carry. Healing the karma, healing the energy behind those things that we're releasing this morning as you bless what is new. Creating a full loop, do you see it? Bridget both allows us to release and to create at the same time. And that's why she's the goddess of this doorway. Imbolc is a doorway. You are seated at a portal under this waxing moon, and it is this doorway to creation. The season will soon be upon us. Bridget, we're so thankful for your blessing this morning. And I want you to imagine Bridget just extending her arms out to you, maybe with her palms up or with her palms out. Let Bridget make her presence known to you this morning. And Bridget, we ask that you come close. Show us the light, show us the way, show us the path that we're to walk in these coming weeks as we transform, as we create, as we birth, as we gestate, as we release new life into the world. Show us the path and the way. heal and support us, Bridget. Calm and soothe us. Help us to release any fears and anxieties that might be holding us back from the path of creation. So together we say, Amen, Aho, and so it is. Amen, Aho, and so it is. Thank you, Bridget. So before we leave her presence here, I want you to take a moment. And I really want you to pull up in your mind's eye the vision of one thing, maybe the most important thing this year that you really want to create. You know, what is the one thing, if you think 2017 for me is going to be about X, fill in the blank. What is 2017 going to be about for you? And Bridget, we ask you just to put all of your energy and your support and your nurturing and your love and your fire behind that intention for us this morning. Feed it and fuel it. Help it grow and expand. Help it just to be effortless for us, Bridget, this year. Effortless and possible with no limitations. And help us to release any fear that might be preventing us from moving so gracefully into that flow with you. The longer you can hold the vision of what it is you're trying to create, and the more detail you can imagine around it, like really, I always say crystallize, like really crystallize that vision. The longer you can hold that and the more clearly you can see what it is you're trying to create, the more likely it is to happen in a faster time frame. You know, so you expedite the manifestation process yourself when you visualize and really hold that vision and hold that energy in an intense way. So keep your focus right there. Then I want you to imagine a bubble coming around whatever that is that you're creating. Put a huge energetic bubble around it. Maybe if you're trying to create a building or I don't know, something huge, then it's going to be a huge old bubble of light that we're putting around whatever it is. But I want you to imagine it all the way around the top, the middle, the bottom, everything, all the way around. And then I want you to lift that bubble up and I want you to send it off to the stars. Bridget, as we do this, we ask that you support us as we send this bubble up to you and up to the divine to support us to create what we have envisioned with you today. Free of any fear, anxiety, we've released all these things to your hearth, to your fire this morning in the grove with you. So grateful. And Bridget, lastly, we ask you to send into these stones, these talismans that we're working with, all of the energy that we will need, as well as any ideas, any inspiration that you can offer us. We ask that you channel all of that wisdom and those visions into these stones, and we ask that you activate them this morning on our behalf so that these stones become very powerful energetic talismans of the next few months for us, so that we can carry them, learn with them, discern with them. And one of the things you should know is once you've activated a stone, it may not reveal everything to you right now. It may even take a couple of months for you to see what's coming from the stones. But stones hold stored wisdom. Asking Bridget to activate the wisdom allows that information to come through more quickly. But it may be that you're not ready to see yet. And that's part of the fun and the magic of the whole process, if you ask me, truly. And Bridget, we are so grateful. So from this place, in the deep grove, with gratitude and humility, we release you, Bridget, with thanks for your presence this morning. We release the guides and the guardian spirits from the sacred grove. We thank you for your support of all the things that we are attempting to create and birth in this new beautiful year together. So grateful. We release you. Guardians, gatekeepers of the four directions, guardians of the north, we release you and all of the ancestors. And I'm just going to unwind the circle as we talk. So guardians and gatekeepers of the north, we release you. Thank you for your wisdom. Guardians and gatekeepers of the west, we thank you for the connection to our emotions. We release you from the circle. Guardians, gatekeepers of the south, we're so thankful for the element of fire and our ability to work with this element this morning, as well as Bridget's beautiful energy. And guardians, gatekeepers of the east, we release you. Thank you for the new beginning and the rebirth possibilities. I release north. I release west. I release south. I release east. And so it is. So with that, our circle is complete this morning. It is open. Just turn your palms upside down to send that energy down to the center of the earth and ground it. And I want you to walk today a little lighter. I want you to think about the fact that you have just set a beautiful intention for some powerful work in your life, and you have armed and authorized a very powerful goddess to support you. So maybe rest a little bit in her power, lean into Bridget a little bit. And when you doubt and when you feel discouraged, because we're human, that's the shitty part of it all, isn't it? Sometimes that we're human. But when you doubt and when you're discouraged because you're human and things happen, I want you to remember that Bridget is there with you. That's why these goddesses are very important companions, I think, on our journey. And we call upon them because these archetypal energies are in the field. Our ancestors have been working with Bridget on this day for thousands of years, long before this holiday got sort of co-opted into the Catholic pantheon. This was the very important holiday in the Celtic tradition, and so we are following in the footsteps of very powerful elders. And so walk in that beauty, rest in that power, and know that you're not alone. You're actually stepping into a communion of ancestors that's quite powerful, and your ancestors are here to support you too. So namaste, brothers and sisters. Thank you for letting me come to you from my hotel in Tucson to share Imbolc with you. I wouldn't have had it any other way, and I hope that this ritual blesses you in every way, and not just today, but for the entire year. Aho, amen.